Hey everybody, it's Naya. Welcome back to Naya Reads and Smiles. Hello, my fellow book kings and queens and queens and queens. You're probably wondering why I'm like all dressed up. I was taking photos earlier for like a bookstagram and stuff. I love like matching my outfits to books. I just think it's so fun. So today I will be, ooh, let me adjust my crown, hold on. Today I will be reading The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. I'm so excited. If you guys remember, I recently read The Darkest Part of the Forest and it was fantastic, and now I'm just like in the fantasy mood, as you can see based off my outfit choice today. But thank you for everyone who commented and told me that these books, even though they're two separate books, they take place in like the same fairy world, which is apparently really big. And then she has another series that she wrote before this book that also takes place in this world. And so I'm so excited, and I'm going to be looking up whatever those books are that she wrote previously, because the only thing I can think of that she wrote before this was the Spiderwick Chronicles, which was awesome, and it's like a middle grade if you're into that, kind of creepy but awesome. But anyways, I'm so excited. So yeah, today is going to be a Cruel Prince day. I'm going to change out of this first before I start reading, because although I love this whole look, this is not very good for my hair right now. This book follows two sisters who I believe they're like part fairy. Okay, hold on, let me read the synopsis and then I will give you an accurate description of what this book is about. Okay, so this book is way more interesting than I thought. So apparently it follows two sisters who their parents are murdered by fairies, and then they are taken like hostage by the fairy murderers, taken into the fairy world and into like the royal court of the fairies, and have to like adapt to this whole new world. I'm so excited. If it's anything like The Darkest Part of the Forest, a lot of you guys said you liked The Cruel Prince even more than this book, and I love this one, so I'm excited to see like where this goes. And I am just also living for the cover. Can we have a moment of silence? I'm going to try and finish this all in one day. Like The Darkest Part of the Forest, this one's under 300 pages, and I just flew through this book, and Holly Black's writing is so easy to get into and just like whimsical and dark and a little bit morbid but trickstery fairy-like. Tomorrow, real quick, I forgot to mention, tomorrow the second book in one of my favorite series comes out. Vengeful comes out, the second book, the companion novel to Vicious, and it is going to be like 600 pages. And I'm freaking out. I pre-ordered it and I'm praying to Amazon that they are kind to me and that they send it to me on the day it is released, so that I could stay up until 6 in the morning, 5 in the morning, 3 in the morning. Also, Victoria Schwab comes here to Colorado in like 5 days, so I want to finish the book before she comes here so I can like freak out about it in front of her. Hey guys! Okay, so I'm currently 2 chapters into the book. It is so good. The introduction, like that first chapter, was very violent, and it was like one of the best like introductory, like pull you in chapters. Like I felt like my teacher, my old English teacher, would have used the first chapter of this book as an example of how to hook your reader, because it was honestly like so good. And after I read the first chapter, I'm like, wait, what the heck? And then I flipped to the second chapter, started reading it, and I'm like, what is going on? Yeah, so far so good. I'm going to continue reading it, and so far I love the characters that we have. We're following 3 sisters. What I know from the introduction and that first chapter, which was insane, they're really cool. So anyways, I'm gonna continue reading, but real quick, I got a package. I feel like every time I do a reading vlog, I have like a Thrift Books package that I'm opening. The book's only like $3. Their books are super cheap. Picked up a book which I'm so excited about, because this book was actually recommended. I don't know if you guys follow them. Sorry, I'm gonna turn on this light real quick because it's starting to get kind of dark even though it's pretty early. I don't know if you guys follow Damon and Joe on YouTube. They're like travel vloggers, really funny, and if you're just check out their channel. I linked it down below. But this is a book that I discovered through one of their videos where they were recommending like books, and it sounded really interesting, so I picked it up. I found it on Thrift Books for like $3. But the book that I picked up was Delaying the Real World by Colleen Kinder, and it says here, a 20-something's guide to seeking adventure. So this is a book they actually recommended for anyone going into their 20s, and if you guys know, I turned 20 in December, summer, and I feel like it's the perfect time to read this book. So I picked it up, and it's basically like why you should spend your 20s traveling and trying new things and just avoiding some of the traps and pitfalls that a lot of people fall into, and kind of just, yeah, a guide for the free spirit, I guess you could say. All right, let us get back into The Cruel Prince. I'm super excited because I want to know who the Cruel Prince is. Like, okay, do you guys ever see book titles that are like the Fairy Queen, the Evil Empress, right? They have these titles of people, and you just want to know who that person is. Like, that's me. Like, I want to know who this Cruel Prince is, and I have a feeling he's not going to be as cruel as people think, or he's going to be like kind of like one of those like I do cruel things but like for good reason. But I will update you guys maybe when I'm like halfway through, or maybe like 100 pages. We'll say 100 pages, yeah. Good morning. Sorry about the really awful lighting. It's like washing me out so much right now. But it is in the morning, or it is in the morning. It is early in the morning is what I meant to say, hence me drinking coffee and not making coherent sentences. But good morning, everybody. I am in the bathroom getting ready right now. Please excuse my hair. It's like kind of just doing its thing right now. I'm getting ready right now to film a super exciting video. I'm so excited. This video I've been waiting a whole year to post, and you will probably most likely see it after you watch this one. But yeah, so it's like 8 o'clock in the morning and I am getting ready. Okay, so last night I fell asleep reading The Cruel Prince. I'm 150 pages into it, and it is so stinking good, you guys. Like, The Darkest Part of the Forest was good, and then you get into The Cruel Prince, and it's just like, it's so good. Like, the characters, I think, is what I love the most about this whole book. And I'm noticing a pattern with Holly Black's books. I'm noticing that like a lot of her books are focused on like siblings, or like sister and brother, brother and sister, that kind of stuff, which I absolutely love, because I feel like you hardly ever see that in fantasy books. It's always like the orphan child, or the only child, which isn't, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just nice to see something different. So yeah, it's awesome. I'm gonna talk more about it when I get out of the bathroom because it's like echoing in here. But I'm gonna finish getting ready, changing, and film the video that I'm so excited to film, and then I will come back and talk to you more about how the book is going. But so far it's amazing. I don't want it to end. I literally already ordered The Wicked King, which I think is the second book, or pre-ordered it. I'm gonna try and reach out to the publisher to see if I can get an art copy, because I will 100% continue reading this book. And I can say that only being like halfway through it, but it's so good, guys. It's so good. Okay, so I am back. I just finished filming probably one of the best, most exciting, most important video I have ever filmed for this channel, and I'm so excited for you guys to see it. I have been working on editing it for probably a week now, and I had to film one more little clip for it, but yeah, you guys will be seeing it very soon, and I hope you love it. But until then, we're doing reading vlogs. We were talking about The Cruel Prince, right? Okay, I told you guys I'm 150 pages into this book, and I just real quick wanted to show you guys artwork. I don't know what this is called, just like page artwork on here. And when I'm reading it, I low-key want to like take a color pencil and start coloring this in, but I'm not gonna do that. So anyways, yes, I'm halfway through the book, and I think I was talking about the characters in the bathroom, but the characters in this book are so incredible. Like, I loved the characters in The Darkest Part of the Forest. We are following two two main characters in that book, a brother and a sister. They're twins. In this book, they're also twins. I think Holly Black has a thing for twins, or like she just likes writing about twins, which is awesome. I am here for it. But we're following two sisters, but it's told from one of the sisters' perspective. I absolutely love Jude. Jude is the one who's telling the story, and we're following everything that's happening through her eyes, and she's such a strong character. It's so funny and just has amazing comebacks, and I think I like her more than our main character in the other book. I don't know, it's hard. Like, okay, so The Darkest Part of the Forest was like a 10 out of 10. This is like a 12 out of 10. The plot in this story, every chapter, there's sort of this, is that a spoiler? I think that's a spoiler. I'm not gonna tell you. But the plot moves so quickly in this book that every chapter, it's short, it's quick, it's full of magic, it's fun, you laugh and like get angry at the same time. Anyway, so my goal is to finish this book today. I know I said I was supposed to read it yesterday, but I ended up getting caught up in editing the secret project I'm doing. It's only 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock now, so I have the whole rest of the day to read this. I've had my coffee, I've had my breakfast, so I'm just gonna dive straight back into this and then update you guys when I'm maybe like 3/4 through the book. So yes. Hey guys! Okay, so I currently have 60 pages left of The Cruel Prince. I literally sat down to read and I'm like, I'm gonna read 50 pages, then I'll take a lunch break or something. And then 2 hours later, I have like 60 pages left of the book. Oh my god. So like, I love this book. Let's just put this out there. The book is so good, and I think I know how it's gonna end. But like, I hope I'm wrong. So I totally forgot to mention that there is romance in this book, and it's like, I don't know how to describe it. I want to say it's love-hate, but it's like, there's definitely love interest is all I'll say. A good, fun part of the plot. I think the thing I love most about Holly Black's book is she's one of those writers that has a bunch of really short chapters, and just a really fast-paced sort of writing style. So that combined, you fly with the book. Like, I'm almost done with it. Like I said, I have 60 pages left. I will update you guys when I finish it. I'm just gonna sit down and just power through those last 60 pages, and yeah, I just finished it. I just finished The Cruel Prince. Okay, so where do I even start with this book? Because, well, let me start by taking off my glasses. Okay. So I just finished reading The Cruel Prince. I read the last 60 pages so fast, and the ending, Holly Black, are we gonna do this? We're gonna do this. This book was so good. I absolutely, like, this is my favorite Holly Black book. I mean, I've only read 2 now, but this is officially my favorite one, and it was just so good. And like, okay, it's one of those fantasy books where it's like, okay, so it takes place in fairyland, which is like sort of this fairy world, but it's not a high fantasy world because it's a world within a world in the real world. Does that make any sense? I just like listen to what I just said, and that makes no sense. But basically, like the whole story mainly takes place in fairyland, right? Which is like this land that's like a part of / underneath the real world. But I wouldn't say it's high fantasy because it's not like this crazy, totally different fantasy world. There is a map in the book, but even then it doesn't feel like this crazy high fantasy book. She writes about magic in a way that it's just like, yeah, this is the world, like it's there, it exists. Like, it's not like, even just the way our characters think, they've always known that magic exists. And like, I just love it's like the real world but with magic, even though it's in fairyland, if that makes any sense. If you're honestly someone who like is mainly like a contemporary person and prefers to read contemporary books but wants to get into sort of more magical books, I think Holly Black is a wonderful place to start because her books don't feel like you're straining your mind to understand the world, if that makes any sense. She writes it in such an easy and just like slowly introduces details about the world, and then you just like, you're just in it, and it's like no effort whatsoever. And her characters are so enthralling, especially our main male character, who I have a few problems with, but then again, it's like a fairy world, so I'm letting a few things slide. Honestly, overall, it was fantastic. And before I go, I totally forgot to mention that last night I did end up starting Delaying the Real World. Like, okay, I always do this thing where I get new books and I'm like, I'm not gonna read it, I'm gonna wait, and then I'm just like, okay, just one chapter, and then I end up reading like the first 100 pages. So I read the first 100 pages of Delaying the Real World, or not the first 100, I think like the first 60, but it's so good. And basically it's like, if you're someone interested in traveling, or in like, you know, you just finished school and you don't know what you want to do yet, like this is the book you should read. Like it's a different perspective on how you should spend your 20s than I guess what most people will tell you, and it's so interesting, and it's like a collection of different stories of 20-something year olds or 19-year-olds, 20-year-olds that go out and sort of just do things on a whim and end up finding their passion in life by just traveling and taking a chance and sort of delaying the sort of 9-to-5 job and that whole world that you're supposed to go into once you finish school and all of that. Anyways, it's a very interesting read. I can already tell it's gonna be a really quick read. Like I said, I'm only like 60 pages into it, and I could probably finish it tonight. I probably will, depending on if I'm gonna procrastinate on editing, we'll see. But anyways, The Cruel Prince was fantastic, and now I'm patiently waiting for The Wicked King to come out because I need the next book. And until then, since I'm on like a Holly Black kick, I kind of just want to read The Coldest Girl in Cold Town, which is her other book, which I've had forever. But there's also like, I really need to reread Vicious. Oh my god, so Vengeful is out. That's something we didn't talk about. Vengeful is officially out. My pre-order copy says it's not gonna come until Friday, which I was so mad about, but it's good because it gives me more time to reread Vicious. So I might read The Coldest Girl in Cold Town, and then I might jump into Vicious, or I might audiobook something. I don't know, but anyways, thank you guys so much for following along, and until next time, keep reading, and I'll talk to you guys later.